At the end of the day, you can run an activity or you can run a business.
Okay.
My mom and my sister say that all the time to me. They're like, is this profitable or not? Like, we might as well not go into it.
Yeah.
Because it's an activity. You know those women who sell on the street?
Yes.
That's an activity. If you ask them to say, how much is your profit at the end of the month, they can't tell you.
So you should know how much you are making at the end of the day.
My sister always taught me something. She's our finance controller. We call her Patel because she's so tight with the money, you know. So she says that, if you have a business and you can't see the profit at the end of the month, then stop. Stop. Because you're just having an activity, and that activity is going to cost you. And what is it going to cost you? Sometimes it's not money, sometimes it's time. And time is money.
Amazing.
Because time, you can take your time and do something with it that will bring you money. But if you're doing an activity, you're spending your time on something that is not bringing you money, and at the end of the day, you remain poor. Yes, me when I die, I want my children to have one house each. They're not even fighting. This one has this one has this one has this.
Yes.
Rather than fighting for clothes and shoes and irons and clothes and blankets. No, man, that's not my level. There's a certain standard in life where you say, you know what? I'm never going to compromise. I will work hard. And that working hard should be profitable. Not you work like an elephant and eat like an ant. It shouldn't be like that. I mean, if you're not growing as a business, you're on the same level, year in, year out, year in, year. You're not opening up another branch. You don't have workers working for you. You're solo in the business. No. There's something wrong. Because look, we had an 18-hectare farm. We moved to a 500-hectare farm. I never had a reservoir like this. This is the first time. Because what? Because we've grown. So growth is very important, but also the level at which you grow is important. Don't grow too fast, too quick. Because when you grow too fast, too quick, you end up crashing. So you have to grow slowly, one step at a time. Those Rockefellers you see in America, that's generations of growth from the 1800s.
Yes, very true.
Yes.
Very true.
Even Richard Branson, he started a long time ago. All these, even the people I grow potato for, he started in a small shop, the guy I grow potato for. He's now a multi-million-dollar business, but he started in a small shop, slowly, learning. Because you see, in you growing, you're learning. Not you grow very fast, otherwise you just come down and start again zero.
Step by step.
Step by step, just like that. You have to be happy all the time, regardless of what is going on in your life. Be happy.
Success is not overnight.
Success is not overnight.
A woman of steel who is not afraid of taking risk. Now one of the most recognized farmer in Africa, estimated to have a net worth of $2 million. It's true, farming does pay, and she is a perfect example. After working for 12 years in Australia, she called it quits and came back home.
And my mom says, Maria has so many ideas, but you have to manage her. You have to pull her and hold her back. I'm like that because for me, I want the success like now, tomorrow. What do we do to get the money? But I have to tell myself, relax. As long as you have food in your house, your kids are going to school, step by step, it'll come. If you want to start farming, it can be done. It can be done. But you need to have a good plan for your farming. Your labor force is everything. I have a farm manager from Zimbabwe. From Birioti's place. So your labor force is extremely important to make sure that they share your vision. I think thirdly, you have to be present in your business.
You have to be present.
You have to be present. And fortunately, if you want to grow to this extent and even further, you can do it remotely for a while, but at some stage, you'll have to come back and be present in the business.
So you don't encourage phone farming?
I don't encourage phone farming. You can start phone farming, maybe 1, 2, 3 years, you're growing, but as soon as you start growing, you have to make a plan to come back to your business. Also, some people ask me to say, What about loans? What do you think of loans? A loan is a good thing. Your business can only grow if you have a loan. But the loan should come at the right time, when you are ready to cushion a loan. Because if you're not ready to cushion a loan, you can end up losing everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, ready to service the loan that you are absolutely 100% sure that this business is profitable.
Oh.
Yeah, and you do it when you're experienced in the business. You don't get a loan when you first start farming. No, that's the biggest mistake.
That's
You
very important.
get a loan when you are experienced, you've grown these crops before, you know how the market goes, you know who you're supplying, you've got off-takers, you put all your ducks in a row first. You do your financial statements, you do your cash flow projections. There are a lot of things that we do as a business, you know, in the background where my sister works on a lot of cash flows and things like that. We work on them together because I'm the grower. But at the end of the day, my encouragement to everyone is that you can't succeed in any business, whether it's farming, anything, if you don't work hard.
If you don't work hard.
If you don't work hard, you can't succeed. And then there are certain spiritual laws that we obey.
Oh, yeah.
There are some people who work hard and they've got nothing to show for their work.
Very true.
So there are certain spiritual laws. The law of giving. I give a lot. I'm always helping. Give.
Notes.
Don't be like this. If you're like this, you can't receive anything. But if you're like this, your hands are open, you can receive.
You're prepared to receive already.
Yes. And then friends. I don't have friends.
Ah.
Yes, I can count my friends on one hand.
Ah.
Yes, like this. So if I do like this, these are the friends who will be able to help me. Me, I'm this person, and these are the 4 people, right?
Yes.
If I go down, these are the friends that can help me.
Oh, look at that, the illustration. That's like this and then friends. Amazing.
Can you do like this? No.
Oh.
So these 4 friends are the people I have. My mom, my sister, my auntie,
Yeah.
and the other auntie that prays for me. I have 4 friends. That's it. Finished. You don't need people in your circle. The rest are colleagues.
Oh, yes.
These 4 people know everything about me. Today, if I died, they'll tell you, Maria did this, this, this. The rest are colleagues who are, and I make friends for a strategic reason. Those people are my colleagues in the agriculture sector. I've got friends in irrigation, friends in seed, friends, those are colleagues. You call them, okay, I need help in this. Then you have those strategic partners who you can call and borrow money to say, hey, I need help when you're stuck.
Yes.
They'll give you the money, knowing very well that they trust you. So business is also based on trust.
Based on.
If you are not faithful in small things, God will never bless you with the big things.
Hey, you guys. Eh?
If you are not faithful, you go and borrow 500 kwacha. Remember, I was telling you that I've got an Airtel booth.
Yes.
Where I can get any amount of money, even up to 50,000, because she trusts me.
She doesn't even ask a question.
She doesn't even, right now I'm owing her 7,000. I'm going to go to the ATM and get that 7,000 and take it and bring it back. Why? Because she trusts me.
And yet other people are scamming other people.
It's so wrong because you burn your bridge. The minute you scam people, even God sees. Even if people can't see you, you're scamming behind the phone.
Yeah.
Every door will be closed for you because of what you're doing.
Small things.
Small things. Be faithful in small things, then God starts to bless you. If you're not faithful in small things, if you don't work hard, there's no door that can be opened for you.
When did you start farming and what pushed you to start farming?
Basically, I started farming by mistake.
By mistake?
Yes. When I say by mistake, I think this is what God ordained me to do in life. I lived in Australia for 12 years. I'm a nurse by profession. I'm a registered nurse, actually, and I've got a postgrad in cardiology. And basically what happened was when I was nursing in Australia, I was really unhappy with being in the diaspora because of the life that is led there. I mean, you work to pay bills. There's no real financial freedom. I felt really trapped in, living without my family, no mom, no sister, no uncles. I'm very, very family orientated. So I had a daughter at the time, and I used to look at her and think, she's gonna grow up not knowing her family. So I saved for about 4 years. We were saving, my husband then and I. And afterwards, we came back here and I couldn't get a job. So my mom said to me, one day you'll be a very big commercial farmer. Just see what you can do on my farm.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I'll work for you then.
Yeah.
It sounded like a great idea. So when I went to her farm, I found a little small field of tomato. And that field that day made 100,000 kwacha, which is like $5,000.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is the business to be in. Why was I looking for a job when I can do this? And that's how I started farming.
And that's how you started farming?
Yeah, just like that.
So how was life in the diaspora? It seems like you were not happy in the diaspora.
No, I wasn't. Life is okay in the diaspora. I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
But if you want to create generational wealth,
yes,
I think you need to come back home.
So at the end of the day, you think that the best place that you can build generational wealth is back home?
Definitely. I mean, look, first and foremost, when you work in the diaspora,
yes,
if you don't own your own business in the diaspora, I think it's very hard to create that generational wealth. Maybe you would buy houses, but even those houses are on mortgage. I'll give you an example.
Yes.
I can build a house in 6 months with my own money. And in the diaspora, you can't do that. You can't build your own house, you know, in 6 months with your own income. That's next to impossible because there are mortgages there and most people take out a mortgage for 30 years. So you're basically working to pay off one house. So when you look at it like that, when you come to Africa, there are so many opportunities because the market is not saturated. I mean, you can do so much. You can sell stuff, you can farm, you can mine. There are so many things to do that can bring you money, and that's sustainable money.
So it seems like from the way you're saying it, there are many opportunities here in Africa.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Africa is, this is the blessed place to be. Why would you want, look at the weather. It's beautiful. The weather is nice.
Yes.
The people are nice. The food is nice. Okay, we have load shedding now and again, but you know, I love Africa. It's amazing. Even when you grow stuff, you don't have to put so much effort because we've got great soils.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you started farming, what did you start with, like in terms of the plants that you were planting?
Okay, so I started with tomato. Remember I said that I found tomato?
Yes.
So I started with tomato and I used to do a few batches of broccoli and cauliflower. I was actually just getting to learn and find my feet in agriculture, but I really invested a real interest in tomato, and I did tomato for about until 2022 from 2017, so that's about 5 years. I did tomato for 5 years, but the market was really bad.
Oh, so it was
it was fluctuating. You know, one day you go to the market, it's this price, so you can't really plan on that. So when in 2022, I finally decided to say goodbye to tomato after we made a terrible loss. And then we started potato.
How is it? Like that I want to understand.
Yeah.
How is it lucrative?
It's very lucrative.
Eh?
Oh, potato. It's so lucrative. I mean, you know, last year was the first time I did potato.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, 2023 was my best year ever.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you were doing them on how many hectares?
The potato we did a total of 22 hectares.
Okay.
On sprinkler and drip lines.
Oh.
But this year I'm looking at buying a pivot soon.
Oh,
and
amazing.
I'm trying to do potato on pivot because one thing I've learned is that potato does well on pivot. It requires a lot of water and the water needs to be even. So your yields are better on pivot because at the end of the day, it's about your numbers.
Us people like me are always even looking after like your net worth is, oh my God, this one is doing well. I mean, she's a millionaire and yet she's finding time to teach us. Like, this is how you can make money. Have you ever thought that one day you'd do farming?
No. You know, when I was in Australia, I remember one day we went for prayers.
Yes.
And the prophet was telling my husband then that, you know, you're going to be a very big farmer. I'm seeing a lot of fields of one crop. and you're going to partner with some people, and you're going to make it. You won't have to mention your name anyway. You just walk into a room and people know who you are.
Amazing. Yes. Now,
And I thought he was talking about my husband. I said, oh, wow, good for him,
Yeah.
Little did I know that it was me who he was talking about. And when I started farming, I started it like a joke. I didn't really take it seriously. And let me just say, the last 8 years,
Yes.
I mean, how long have I been farming? 2017, it's now 2024, 7 years.
Yeah.
The last 6 years have just been learning. It's like I've been in university.
So you're still learning?
I'm still learning even now. This is the first time I'm doing this type of seed maize. So I'm actually learning from my manager. My manager is really good, Thomas.
Are you not scared?
No, I'm a serious risk taker. I take a risk all the time.
Because seed maize, from what I've heard,
Yeah.
it requires attention.
Yes.
It requires for you to be there, just
Yeah.
to be focused.
Yeah, it needs you to be, hey, I'm focused. Like,
Yeah.
yes, so I'm a risk taker, but I make sure that I just leave no stone unturned. I like to do things properly. Yeah, and I stick to time.
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 Very important.
Very important in farming. If you don't stick to time, you're slow, you can't succeed in farming. I don't have a church here in Zambia. I go to Spirit Embassy, Harare.
Prophet Ubed Angel.
Prophet Ubed Angel.
I'm happy. You should come to Zimbabwe and see us.
I do come to Zimbabwe. I do, but I'm Catholic.
Okay.
My mom is Catholic. I grew up in the Catholic Church.
Right now you're doing maize, you're doing potato. What other things are you doing?
So I do seed maize, potato, and onion. Those are the 3 crops that we focus on. We're planning to do a wheat crop next year.
So, onion.
Yes.
You are lying. You see, is it lucrative?
Oh, yes. Actually, it's more lucrative than potato, by far. There's a farmer that I remember when I did onion on the other farm. One day I had to load 3 trucks to Congo, and each truck was taking about 3,000 ponches of onion. So per hectare, you should be getting about 4,000 bags of onion. And per hectare, the cost of production is about $5,000 on a pivot. So if you're doing it on a sprinkler, it's even cheaper. So $5,000, and then your net income from the same hectare should be about maybe, because 1 bag of onion is, okay, let's say it's 80 kwacha, and there's 4,000. So 12,000 times 80 is how much?
But I have to do the calculations.
It's 320.
You're good at math.
You have to be good at math when you're farming. So 320,000 kwacha from 100,000, I think it's about 200,000 profit, which is about maybe $8,000.
That's good enough.
It is. It's good. I mean, if you do 50 hectares of onion, your profit is $400,000. It's not bad. You can go for a holiday to Dubai and come back and still be smiling at the bank.
So, exactly. So onions from planting to harvesting, how many months?
So it's exactly 120 days. And then you need to get 2 weeks for drying. So just 4.5 months, 4 months. Let's just say 4 months.
4 months?
4 months, and you bag your onion properly, and the Congolese come and take all of it.
And it's not even labor
intensive. No, once you do your herbicides correctly, you prepare your soils properly, you push in your herbicides. When I say you push in, I mean you spray. You spray your herbicides, you plant your onion the right way, you irrigate the right way, you keep spraying your herbicides, and you keep... It's not labor intensive at all if you've got the right equipment. Not at all. Agriculture is a lot of hard work. It's not just me looking pretty in my sunglasses. It's you standing in the sun, shouting at workers, getting things done, waking up early. It's all those things. So what I'm saying is that for you to be a successful farmer, you have to be hardworking. And for me, I work like a man. I'm like a guy. I work like a dude. I think I'm the only lady farmer in Zambia, maybe there are some others. Like I know Manda is a very good farmer as well. She's a big farmer. There's Mwape, but apart from us three who do farming on a very serious note, because that's our full-time job. You look, you've got no choice. You have to do this properly, otherwise you won't eat.
It's not easy.
No, it's not.
So, between seed maize and commercial, which one is more lucrative?
Seed maize, by far. It's about $500 more lucrative per hectare.
Yeah?
Yes, it is.
Do you believe that farming is science?
Oh yeah, it definitely is science. You saw us mixing our chemicals. We have to weigh them. We have to weigh our fertilizers. We have to increase populations.
Yes.
There's all that. So it's definitely a lot of science involved. You have to understand the crop you're growing. It's like understanding a person. So I usually use my nursing skills on the plants. So the same principles that apply to you as a human being is the same principles that apply to the plant. So I can't feed you of food on a Monday and leave you until Sunday and feed you again. So it's the same thing with the plants. You have to feed them every day, give them water every day. So feeding every day is small doses of fertilizers every day and that's when you get that production. That's when you get the good yield.
What do you think that is making farmers to fail?
I think it's a lot of things. It's mindset. When I look at my farmer commercial friends, I say, if that guy can have a plane, why can't I have a plane? There's no difference between me and another European commercial farmer or whatever. No. The only difference is that he has information that I don't have. Information. Being knowledgeable is the most important thing than anything else. It's knowledge and action, these two things.
Wow.
If I know that the bank is giving money to that white guy, I will also go and apply for that money. If I know that this is what you need to do to get that money, like cash books, your accounts in order, your compliance, all those things, I'll do those things to make sure that I get to that level. So I think a lot of people are failing because of the lack of information. It's also the mindset. A lot of people think small. When I look at this 40 hectares of seed maize, I look at it like it's just a game. Like, I'm not doing enough. I wish I could have 10 of these. No, like seriously.
This woman.
Because I don't ever want to beg for money. I don't want to beg or to do anything. No, I want to be able just to buy whatever I want. I walk into the airport, I can buy my Louis Vuitton bag without having to feel pain in my bank account. My kids can go to a good school. I can take them for holiday. So for me, I look at that, and then I have a passion for farming. It's not just about making money. Because if you do something just to make money, it doesn't. I have a passion for the people I work with. We employ close to 68 to 100 people on this farm. I don't know all of them, but it gives me satisfaction at night to say that I'm giving something for someone who hasn't gone to school, something to do to earn a living.
Other people, they're afraid to venture into farming. They think that there is no market for the product that they're going to grow. What do you say to people who say that there is no market for their product, especially in farming? Do you think that there's such a thing?
Yes, there is such a thing that there's no market. For example, I can't go and grow, say, cayenne peppers, for lack of a better term. Because you look at the culture of the nation. What do Zambians like eating? Because at the end of the day, it's what is popular. And the population here, the high class will eat cayenne pepper, but the high class are only 5%. You see? The people who live in the compounds and the middle income earners are maybe 80%. Then the poor are the people who live in the villages who also eat maybe what the middle guys eat, because we're very traditional about our foods. So when you look at stuff like tomato, onion, potatoes, those are part of our staple diet. Maize, sadza, in Shima, ugali in Kenya. So, when you look at all that, you grow something that appeals to the masses. And once you do that, trust me, you'll never, ever suffer for market.
What are the challenges that you have faced so far?
I've faced financial challenges. I think financial institutions have disappointed us. where you apply for a loan and they take 6 months to give you that loan. I think the people in the banking sector really need to understand agriculture, that it's time sensitive.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't plant, I got some seeds from South Africa this year, and the bank took long to give us our money, and the seeds rotted. We lost 6 hectares because of the bank. And they're the same ones now who want their money back. But how do you want your money back when you delayed to give us our money? You know, so it affected our yield because we never had enough water. And climate change has something that is really, really affecting us. I mean, the drought, we had a very bad drought. We lost 100 hectares of maize. We declared a 9 million
100?
loss. Yeah.
100?
Yes.
Eh?
I don't even know how I'm still standing here. I think it's the grace of God, because someone else would have just had a heart attack. I was almost packing my bags and going back to Australia.
So you reached a level like that of picking your bags and saying,
Yeah,
I'm
going.
Leave.
Yeah.
The Zed Farmer.
Oh, I was going. I was packing and going. I just said, you know what? I've stopped this farming thing.
How are you still standing?
I don't know.
100 hectares?
This year, I've made losses. We declared another 3 million loss or something like that because of people being late with money, because of the drought. Because you see, the drought had an impact.
Yes.
So you get drought, you lose 100 hectares, then the load shedding starts. So you can't irrigate. So now you go and buy diesel, you buy a genset. When you get the genset and the diesel, now you're spending 4,000 kwacha per day, which is like $200, 200 pounds a day in diesel.
Per day.
Per day.
So you're going to be irrigating for some time.
So you're irrigating, and you know, you're irrigating, so you're trying to push water in the little boreholes, and then now some of the boreholes are drying because of the drought. It's been a tough year. We really pray for a better year. So we have 10 boreholes on this farm. We only have 6 boreholes that are working. That guy there, he's checking the boreholes now to see if there's any water, because I just left them. I said, you know what, just leave these boreholes until the rain season.
Farming is not for the weak.
No, you can't be weak and farm. I've cried so many times. I don't know how many tears I've shed, but my mom, I have a very strong support system. I have my mom and I have my sister. These 2 people, I can tell you, they've held my hands. If I never had my mother and my sister, I would have packed my bags and left. But me and my sister do the farming together, and because we're strong together, there's a lot of power in partnership.
Thank you for saying that, because at the end of the day, we as Africans, if I see you succeed, I don't want to see you succeed. I try by all means to pull you down. But in this case, it seems like you have like people who support you.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It is important to have a circle like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I have friends.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, your friends always let you down. There's nothing like family. Us, our family, we are a strong unit. And I can tell you, even today, I was telling my mom, I said, Mom, if it wasn't for you, I would have gone.
That is you appreciating, you know.
Yes, I really appreciate her. So I even ran away from my house. Sometimes I live with her because I just love her so much. I take my kids and I'm like, let's go to grandma's house for the weekend. When I come off the farm, I love my mother so much.
When I'm looking at African farmers and looking at, I would say, white farmers.
Yeah.
When it comes to white farmers, there is a line of generational farmers. And then when it comes to Africans, there is not.
Yeah.
Like, is that making them better farmers than us, passing the knowledge from one person?
I think so. Let me give you an example. My dad was a farmer.
Oh, you see?
My dad was a farmer and he wrote everything down that he did. So he got Alzheimer's and he lost his memory. So he couldn't farm anymore. And that's when my mom took over the farm and then I took over from her. So when my mom took over and then I took over, I wasn't taking over from scratch. We had the irrigation. My mom connected me to the people to give me knowledge. Because remember, I said, it's just a lack of information, that's all. So now that I came in and I looked at this farm, I started imagining and thinking like a white farmer. Like, How do I get to the next level? So I started going now, visiting commercial farmers who started now opening my mind. Like, you can do this, you can do that. So it's generational wealth is what I want my son to take over this farm. And at 5 years old, he can drive a tractor. I'm inculcating it into him so that by the time he's 16, 17, he goes to college, he goes to university, let him go and do agriculture. So when he comes back, he can take over from me.
So it's all about mindset.
It's mindset. And I want to say thank you to our president.
Yes.
Hakainde Hichilema.
Yeah.
He is the best president that look guys, I'm not political, but what he's done for the agriculture sector, only God can bless him. Because through this drought, there are so many initiatives that have come up for agriculture. So thank you, Mr. President. You are the best. And I wish you all the best. I can vote for him 20 more years time.
Amazing.